Thank you, Kun. Actually, one of the few people who pronounce my name correctly. I also go by David. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about PIN.AI, the open platform for personal AI. And basically, I hope that at the end of this talk, it becomes clear both what personal AI is and also like what we mean by open platform. This kind of has a flavor of like there is kind of some application, AI application on one side, and then a protocol to support this application, and kind of reflects the background of our team. I'm mainly been working on like crypto protocol design on the Ethereum protocol for a few years, and then my co-founders are more from AI background. So in 2024, it's kind of like we are trying to break through new use cases of AI. So far, we've seen like some utility in chatbots, assistants, etc. But they are kind of limited compared to the possibility that real-world AI can do. So in 2024, there is this Apple Intelligence announcement that they are promising to have kind of this new wave of AI applications that are actually useful for you. They allow you to do things in the digital world that go beyond just chatting to them. They can act, essentially. So this is very exciting. The main problem is that this is only available for iPhone 15 Pro user and better devices. So what we want to do with PIN.AI, we want to basically offer the opportunity of using and benefiting from on-device AI, personal AI, to everyone, right? And basically, we're doing this in a way that it's opposed to the Apple paradigm, which is closed. We are doing it in an open source way. So basically, we're kind of building on three principles. One is openness. The second one is ownership of both user data and model. And the third one is privacy. So the way this works is basically what we mean by personal AI is like an AI model that is really close to you. It's on your device. It has a general context on you. It knows you really well. So for this, the first ingredient is we need to be able to feed the model user data. So differently from what was talked before, we don't do any training on user data initially. The user data is used as contextual data. And for this, we build this data connector protocol, which is basically is an open source project where different entities can build different data connectors for different Web 2 applications that your personal AI needs. And we're also working with the leading zk-TLS projects on this. Then from this, we do like some private compute. We generate a personal index that can be accessed by your local on-device model. And then the other components of our protocol is that essentially the personal AI is on your phone, is like very loyal assistant to you, but of course, like there is some constraints. Like you cannot put the frontier like trillion parameters models on your phone. So basically, we have this hybrid design where like your personal AI, it's not only your assistant, it also becomes your broker to be able to like access services for like more sophisticated AI models in the cloud. And essentially, we are building this intent matching protocol. And you should think about this intent in a very wide way. Like in Web3 crypto, we're used to think about intent as mainly like DeFi transactions. But this is really like a more generic term. So one intent could be, I want to eat Italian food tonight. And then basically, your personal AI knows your preferences through the embeddings. It has access to your history, knows where you are, and basically can guide you and like recommend you like the perfect dinner, and then basically it frees up a lot of your time, and then you just basically follow your personal assistant and book. Yeah, so for this we have an on-device model that we fine-tune, and essentially there is this RAG system that has access to your local data, and then we also have a chain of thought which is basically fine-tuned to like the specific things that we need from this assistant, which is like basically privacy guardian, and then basically context on like which preference you have and like where you can route your queries. Yeah, so, and basically for the personal indexing, like we have two principles. One is like the full user data is never shared, always encrypted. And then we can also generate some embedding vectors, which is being stripped of all the personal identifiable information and can be used to do some part of the matching. Yeah, I already talked about this a little bit, but essentially, like the idea of the data connector protocol is that basically we want to bootstrap this ecosystem where essentially the users are able to like download their own data, and we are working on this with several partners. We essentially this is kind of a key ingredient for us that we are also planning to incentivize. And then to give you a better idea of like how this the agent side of things. So basically, the idea is that your personal AI can access like a whole suite of like services, and there is already like many AI startups that are turning Web 2 services into agentic flows, like sales rep for various services. So what we envision is that essentially we want to create a market for each type of like Web 2 service, and then also the Web 3 use cases are actually more straightforward. But with Web 2 services, we also then need to prove the activity that got generated by an interaction, and we are kind of doing advanced research on that. Yeah, so zooming out, basically the way our personal AI platform works is like we harvest like user context. Actually, the user harvests their content. We just enable them. Then we have the on-device model. And then we have this blockchain protocol that essentially allows your personal AI to like broker and interact with different agentic applications and services. And basically, like this is just to give a glimpse of how we can make this like cycle works. So we are planning to kind of incentivize user behavior to connect data, also incentivize data connectors and agent, and then essentially like it's a small economy where the user can send an intent to the protocol and optionally pay a gas fee, and then the protocol matches with like different service providers. And then after the service is completed, basically there is a proof to the protocol that like a valuable transaction was generated. This is like a Web 2 data proof. And finally, like we can issue like the final payment. Yes, and this is one example in the context of food category. Yeah. So that's all, and yeah, thanks. I can take some questions.
Hi, I think just in the slide that you just presented, you said something about an optional gas fee. I'm not quite understanding. So why is the gas fee optional? Like the PIN gas fee, I think you said optionally you can pay a gas fee.
Oh, yeah. So essentially, like you definitely need to pay some. Yeah, maybe gas fee actually is a wrong term. Remove gas. So you definitely need to pay gas. But the protocol could potentially in the future take a fee from the intent satisfaction of the user. Yeah. Thanks.